love hosting, although my husband is always telling me off because I like to host a lot. With hosting comes great responsibility, and it can be a tad stressful. Unless it's a completely spontaneous affair that just happens at the very last minute, a little bit of careful planning will help you to relax and your guests to really enjoy themselves. Check in advance that the arrangements are clear. Guests need to know what time to arrive, if they need to bring anything, and the general vibe for the evening or weekend. You should always give a contact at the site that the person is visiting. So for example, if you're meeting a friend somewhere that isn't your home and you're the one arranging it, make sure to pass on a contact detail for the venue. Always be clear about the dress code. It's really important that your guests know what to expect, because it can be quite uncomfortable if they're either overdressed or underdressed. If you'd like your guests to depart at a certain time, then you should say so politely. Otherwise, you may have people outstaying their welcome. With arrival etiquette and the time, it's really important, particularly in British culture, that if you're invited to arrive at, say, 7 p.m, that you never arrive early. It's okay to be a little bit later than the time expected, but anything later than 15 or even 20 minutes can risk having a devastating effect on perhaps the menu or the meal being served later on. So if you're going to be later than 15 minutes, you should always call and let the host know. I recently planned my 40th birthday party, and it was an incredible weekend. It was a complete surprise for all the guests coming, and if you haven't seen the video on my 40th birthday, do head to my YouTube channel or my main page and you can watch the full video there. It was an incredible weekend, and the guests had a timetable when they arrived as to the secret itinerary, but they knew nothing apart from where to come, which I told them on the morning, what to bring, and to just know that they were coming to celebrate the weekend with me. It's really important, if you're not a big cook and you're planning on hosting and feeding your guests, that you prepare accordingly. I myself love to bake cakes and make cocktails, but I don't enjoy being in the kitchen that much. So if I've got a big dinner party coming up, then I'll look to bring in a chef or a catering team to help me with the food side, as I don't want to put myself under undue stress. If it's a simple Sunday roast, then I'm more than happy to do that, but I like to be prepared and make sure that I have peace and quiet in the kitchen whilst I'm cooking so that I don't get stressed out. Remember, your guests have come to see you, so they probably want to enjoy conversation with you rather than see you dashing in and out as you frantically prepare things in the kitchen. You should enjoy hosting and be able to relax and unwind. And of course, it can be both formal and informal. When you socialise at any event you're hosting, make sure that you circulate the room. Try not to get locked down into detailed conversation with one guest, and make sure that you spend time with each guest at your event. Always RSVP if you're invited to an event. It is really frustrating if you've invited someone to something and they just simply don't tell you if they're coming. You can't plan, you don't know if they've received the invitation or not, and it can be a little bit rude. So make sure you always acknowledge an invitation, even if it's just a quick message over WhatsApp, and accept or decline graciously. Remember, prompt arrival, correct demeanour and etiquette once you're at the party, a timely departure, and a courteous thank you will make sure that you're on the guest list to be invited again. Do you prefer to host or do you like to attend? As I said, I love to host. Would you like to come to my next party? Let me know in the comments below.